Keep calm and frugal on. Hello and welcome to Frugal Over 50. I'm Amy and I'm happy to welcome you here to my channel where we talk about everything related to frugality, minimalism, and intentional living, especially aimed at the needs of the mature woman. If you're here for the very first time, welcome. I'm so glad that you checked out my channel. I do hope that you'll subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll get notified first of new videos, and even give this one a like if you like this kind of content. I'm so glad that you're here today. We are united around the world in some ways right now because of trying to figure out how to deal with a brand new virus that the world has never seen before. And many of us are in situations that are remarkably alike, no matter where we are. We are in our homes, we are with our families, we are trying to figure out how to do work and school and take care of basic needs. And I am similarly in that same situation. And I wanted to let you know that I'm thinking of each of you and that we are not alone, although we may feel that we are. And it's been difficult for me to think about how to make a video about this subject because I wake up feeling scared, just like I'm sure you do. I'm thinking about how to take care of children and family members and pets and all of these things, just like I'm sure you are. And none of us really has the answer. And sometimes when we come to make a YouTube video, for instance, we'd like to share a journey that has led to success, or talk about failures and what we learned, or give tips for success, or something concrete. And right now, what we have is an ever-shifting, ever-changing, ever-growing base of information and instructions, and different parts of the world have different levels of isolation and quarantine and lockdown and nothing. And it's hard to know how to talk about it because everything changes so quickly. We know that we need to use good hygiene, and we know that we need food, and we know that we need household supplies, and we know that we need to be ready to change what we're doing on a moment's notice. But beyond that, it's difficult to know how to proceed. And I wanted to just check in with you to tell you that I'm kind of there too. Where I live at the moment that I'm recording this, we're not under any sort of quarantine or isolation or lockdown, but we are being told to limit gatherings, as is wise, and we are being told that our food supply chain is not interrupted and we should not hoard food, and that is also wise. And beyond that, people are doing what they need to do to get through their days, and it changes. Again, every single day it changes. So I wanted to give you some things that I am feeling and some things that I am trying in order to navigate through this, in the hopes that it might inspire you to share your thoughts down in the comments, your experiences. Where are you in the world, and what is happening in your household and in your work? But for me, I work from home anyway. My day job is completely online, and so my job has been to reassure my students that I will still be there for them online. My side hustle is shifting because I discovered that I don't actually feel comfortable having people who are not my family members come into my house throughout the week, and that's where I do my side hustle. So I have asked my students to switch to online video chat lessons, and many of them have agreed, and I've given them a discount because it's different. It's not really in real time. And I'm also going to be working on my online course, but because of what's going on and how everybody's being very careful with scheduling and money, I'm thinking about making my course free, at least for the month of April and maybe into May, so that anybody can try it out and maybe learn a few things about singing without worrying about the pressure of finances. I do have a steady day job, and I'm fortunate in that respect, and I think I might try that. Stay tuned as I keep talking about that. It was going to be a business launch, and now I'm thinking it might be just a launch, so anybody can join me. And I will give you a little preview of what will happen at the end of this video if you'd like to stick around for that. One of the big concerns that a lot of us have is, do we have enough food? And I think that depending on where you are in the world, the answer may be different. Where I live, the food supply chain is not interrupted, but people are nervous, and so they're emptying out store shelves. But we have very dedicated grocery store workers here, and I'm sure where you live they are as well, and they just keep restocking. As soon as something comes in, they're restocking, and if it comes straight out of the box and you want it, they'll hand it right to you. And I really appreciate those folks. I know that there are also a lot of people really on the front lines in medical care around the world. And I want to say thank you if you are in that category, or if somebody in your family is working there. You truly are in the front lines, and I thank you for your service. You are not alone if you are feeling a wide range of emotions. Very calm one minute and then very anxious the next. Tearful one minute, angry the next. These things are probably to be expected. And one of the things that I like to recommend to myself and to other people is a breathing technique that I use for singing and that I've talked to you about before here, but I'd like to demonstrate it again in this context. A lot of times when we get these sort of varying emotions, which I'm feeling and you are probably feeling as well, we may tend to hold in our gut, and we may tend to breathe very shallowly and very rapidly, and that can increase anxiety and decrease our ability to think clearly about what we need to do. So if we can think about breathing as a slower process, consciously bring our attention to our breath and to slowing it down, that can do a couple of things. It can reoxygenate our brains, which is very helpful, and it can give us just a little bit of time to think and to physically relax. So as we do this, I'm going to actually demonstrate the process for you and talk you through it as we go. First off, to demonstrate the kind of breathing that tends to make us more anxious, more upset, and less able to think clearly, bring in your gut, suck it in really tight, and then try to take a breath without moving your gut. You feel your shoulders kind of move up, and you feel the gasp happening, and it's in and out really quick. That works for some things, but it doesn't work when you're feeling a lot of emotions and you want to bring your attention to your breath so that you can help to regulate the emotions, the oxygen, and the muscles, which can get tense as well. So the first thing that you want to do is roll your shoulders back a time or two and let them just find their place, all right? And then align your spine. So I'm wearing a ponytail today. I'm imagining I'm lifting myself up from the top of my ponytail, so I'm aligned, but my shoulders are down. And then, you can't see here, but I have my hand on my abs. My thumb is on my belly button. My hand is on my lower abs. Okay? So, as I blow out my air, I consciously bring my abs in and up. And I have my hand on my abs so that I can feel that it's happening. I'm not pushing from the outside, but I'm just blowing out my air. And then, as I let my mouth drop open, at the same time, I release my abs. You'll feel like you're sticking out your stomach if you do this. All right, let's try it. Now my shoulders didn't move, and I didn't gasp. I didn't make any sound at all, but the air rushed in. Try it again. First of all, blow out your air, and if you need to, put your hand on your abs just from the outside. Gently rest your hand on your abs so that you can feel what's happening. As you blow out your air, bring your abs in and up. Do this consciously from the inside. In and up. Here we go. Now open your mouth and stick out your stomach. You feel the air rushing in, and the longer you keep your mouth open and the more you release your abs and feel that stomach sticking out, the more you'll feel the muscles around the side and the back expanding. You'll feel your rib cage expanding. And what's happening is that the sides of your ribs are expanding, and then everything down at the bottom is moving down and getting out of the way so that your lungs can fill even fuller. And then blow out your air and bring your abs in and up at the same time. So by the end, when you have finished exhaling, your abs are in and up, and then you just do it again. Release your abs, and then blow out your air. I'm going to try standing right here and see if I can demonstrate this. So now you can see my abs. My thumb is on my belly button. See that? And I've got my other hand right here on the squishy bit. All right, so now I'm going to blow out my air. My abs are in and up. Now all I do is open my mouth and stick out my stomach. And there, that breath is very full. And then blow out my air again. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see it a little differently. And then I open my mouth and stick out my stomach. And then blow out my air again. So basically, unless your mama was a singing teacher, this is everything your mama told you not to do about breathing. Also, if you ever took dance or did athletics, this wouldn't work for while you're in motion, obviously. This is the kind of breathing that you do while you're seated or while you're standing and very firmly connected to the ground. Earlier in the video, I said that I would be telling you a little bit about my free online voice class, and this breathing technique will be a key feature of that, and we'll be talking about how to use this breathing technique in singing. For now, just doing this in front of the camera for you folks has helped me feel a little bit calmer. So if you need something that will help you feel calmer, go back and watch this again a couple of times and try it with me and see if it helps. Nothing is going to help all the time, but this might help in a tough moment. I wish us all the best, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.